So poetry and spoken word to me represents expression of freedom. I think at the moment it's one of the only art forms where you can be completely honest without having um, the political correctness in a sense. So it's just expression of freedom via words, by the use of words, language and expression. Um, I've always been writing. However, I was going through a very difficult time in my life and I ran out of people to talk to. So that's when I picked up my iPod and just started writing and expressing myself. And it was almost a form of therapy. But more than anything, it was my voice, because the things that I was trying to say, nobody was listening until I wrote it down and started performing it. And then I would see the reaction of the audience and how much people related with it. So that's why I continue performing, because more than anything, I love it when someone comes up to me afterwards and says, "Thank you, you've just spoken words that I couldn't get out." And that's my purpose of writing and performing. Number one, to express myself, but also to give others a voice that they may not have known they had. Well, I think a spoken word, poet is an artist. As I said, I think it's art in its purest form, even sometimes more than music. Because I think once you're signed with the label, there are a lot of constrictions that come along with it. Whereas with my art form, I feel that it's pure. I have complete control over it. So I can say whatever I want. Whether that offends you or makes you happy, I can still express it without having someone constraining me. So in terms of being an artist, I think that's exactly what I am, because art is a form of expression, and that's what I do by the use of words, beat, etc., etc. But the label artist, the artist signed to a label, I think that's a bit different. I think constraints come in, and that's one of the reasons why, which would put me off being signed, because I wouldn't want to lose the freedom of expression. I want my work to be me, so I want to be able to write it, dictate what I want people to see, etc., etc., rather than someone telling me what's okay and what's not. As time's going on, spoken word is becoming more and more mainstream. When I first started performing, people didn't know what it was. And then they would listen to it and they'd be like, wow, I didn't know poetry could be this intense. Because I think everyone's got this old school view of Shakespeare and sonnets, etc. But spoken word can be very, very versatile. My style is a fusion of hip hop and spoken word. So again, I think a lot of people can relate to it. I think once it becomes mainstream, and it definitely has the potential of becoming mainstream, it could really, really blow and touch a lot of people, because it brings back the essence of hip hop. Because originally hip hop was poetry, and there was a lot of meaning in the lyrics. So it wasn't just about, girls shaking their ass and how much money you've got and what car you're driving. It was about sending a message, and I think that's what spoken word poetry does. And with it going mainstream, I think we could go back to the origins of hip hop.